Yo, welcome back to day 81. I just bought this shirt today. I'm feeling absolutely elevated. They always fit well around the shoulders, but they're a bit wide around the waist. But oh well, I really like this shirt. Anyways, I was with my friends actually. The first time in a long time that I met my friends. Went to the city with a good friend of mine. Shopped some clothes together, had a coffee, had a pizza, and then met up with the other guys in the friend group. And then we chilled for a bit, talked, drank some water, caught up. And then we went to this place called Beer and Burgers, I think it's called. Basically, they drank a bunch of beer. I don't drink it. Like I don't like drinking. I don't think it's a good thing, but whatever. I just had a truffle burger with triple meat, so I got some nutrients in. But regardless, sitting there, talking to them, shooting it up, it was fun. I really love my friends. Like it's just great to be able to have people to speak to them. However, we've grown up the past 3 years together, essentially, all throughout high school. Going to the parties, everybody chasing girls or whatever you did at that age, right? Drinking, having fun, having tests together the next day, comparing test results, complaining about teachers, last minute study sessions on a Zoom call before an exam, those kinds of things. We really were by each other's side all throughout these 3 years. And now, 3 months after high school, 3 months after we graduated, 3 months of not really seeing each other, at least I haven't really seen them. And I really feel like a misfit, like an outsider, like I don't really relate to them anymore. Like I don't want this to come off in the wrong way. Like I really like we're going down different paths in life. Like most of my friends are in the military right now, and one other friend is studying, and the last guy is gonna go study, but right now he's doing his driving exam and stuff. He wants to travel, and yeah, he's doing some jobs, small jobs. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to, or trying and trying. I'm at this point. I'm getting there, but like doing the whole online money thing, going my own way, and trying to really like maximize my life. I guess everyone is trying to do that, but like I'm the only one of my friends going down this path, and it feels a bit lonely. And I can't say it's a surprise though, because I knew this would happen. Like when I was like before graduation talking about that I don't want to go to college, right? Everybody was saying to me like, yeah, whatever, the actual studies, but how are you gonna get friends? Like if you're just your own man going around in the world, how are you gonna get friends? Like what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's a great question. Like if you don't go to university and you just do online stuff to make money, how are you gonna make friends? Like I've barely left the house these days, right? This whole series I barely left the house, I feel like. And it's true. It's a bit lonely at the start. But I really believe that I'm setting myself up in a way here where I will have the most options available to me in my life. I will have the most amount of liberty and freedom. Because right now I'm starting to reach a position where I could move somewhere, right? I could move to Dubai, I could move to Buenos Aires, I could move to whatever it might be, Prague, anywhere, right? As well as I can pay to get into communities, online communities, and meet people, as well as I can go outside and literally meet people, right? And I don't see the point in just having friends to have friends either. Obviously, everybody has kind of this urge to socialize, this need to socialize. If you look at Pavlov's pyramid of needs, I don't know where socialization is, but it's somewhere there in some form. And, you know, if you've ever been lonely for a period, you know that kind of feeling of just wanting someone to talk to, right? And that's just innately human. However, you also have an urge to be lazy. Sometimes you also have an urge to do a lot of stupid, dumb things sometimes. And if you let urges control your life, you're not really gonna build a life that you will look back at in the future and be grateful for. Because the truth is, like, your environment really affects you. And if you feel like you need to be with people, even though they're not quite inspiring and they don't really move you forward in life, then it becomes a bit of a time waste. Like, I think it really does serve a purpose. I'm not gonna cut off my friends, right? I love my friends. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is, it's just a natural evolution of things, right? Where you constantly seek inspiring groups of people, inspiring people to be around the people you relate to the most. And that's just nature. And in nature, things die. And things are reborn. So yeah, it's a bit sad, right? Sitting there with my friends. They're all having their beers. No disrespect to them, of course, but they're all having their beers. They're talking about stuff about the military. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, yeah, sure, obviously it's fun to speak to them and catch up with them, but it wasn't really that inspiring of an environment, if I'm gonna be completely honest. And maybe they might agree with me too, because I think there's so much more to this life than a beer and, hell, you know. I don't want to talk shit about the military, right? I think that would be a dumb thing to do, but I don't really like being someone else's, soldier. Literally and metaphorically, right? So, I don't know, that's not inspiring to me. So yeah, it's kind of a sad thing. I really don't feel at home where I used to feel at home. But I knew this going into this series and going into the choices I made in my life, not going to college and making money online. So, yeah, I've got no option other than to take it, face it head on, and solve my problems. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't really like sitting here talking about things I'm potentially gonna do for various reasons. Number one, maybe I changed my mind. I don't want to have some arbitrary commitment bias because I said it on a video that I was gonna do a certain thing. And two, I don't want to get any validation for something I haven't done. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I move somewhere. We'll see if I get into any social circles. We'll see. We'll see what I do in the future. But I just want to say that these temporary feelings of feeling lonely, that if you're in a similar position to me, you might have, or any time in your life when you're just feeling lonely and you've got issues, you'd like to speak to someone to. Okay, that sounded a bit like as if I was suicidal. That's not what I meant. I literally meant like talking about, okay, this like sales, like talking about sales, talking about places to move, talking about, just in general ideas that are kind of part of my world or what I'm going through at the moment. And just not having someone to talk to about just everyday things, it's a bit annoying, and it's a bit sad, to be fair. Like, I guess it is. However, it's a necessary step. I think Alex from Ozzy has talked about it, like the lonely phase. So that makes me happy, actually. Because I know this is the phase that every single entrepreneur, every single person that's tried to, reach a bit further than most people has gone through. So yeah, I face it with a smile. These emotions, this pain it's all just temporary, man. Like, maybe I should stop cracking my neck. Maybe in a few years' time, or definitely in a few years' time, I'm just gonna look back at this and be so glad that I took this pain on the chin and I let these emotions be temporary, and I didn't let these emotions infuse my life and become permanent decisions, but rather just keep moving, keep it pushing, sticking to the plan, fulfilling the vision. Yeah, because that's what matters in the end. It's not really a battle of who can have the most pleasure day to day and avoid the most pain day to day. It's a game of what can you actually accomplish in your life. Can you actually achieve the things you want to achieve, whatever it might be? And when you're 60 years old, are you gonna look back at your life and say, hey, I did pretty good? Or are you gonna look back at your life and say, I acted out of fear and now my life is shit? So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of my thoughts today. I wonder how many hours total of footage of me just spilling out my thoughts are online at this point. But hey, leave a comment letting me know what you think about this topic, and if you've ever gone through a phase of loneliness in your life, just any thoughts you might have, I'd love to hear. And yeah, that's it for today. I love you, I believe in you, and I'll see you tomorrow.